Hello everyone, it's me, Clayton. I just got back from watching Uncut Gems, which stars Adam Sandler as Howard. And when it comes to this movie, it's an entertaining film, but not in a traditional sense. It's anxiety driven, it's full of twists, and while it does have comedic moments here and there, they all add to the tension of a very high stakes and fast paced story. Let's get to said story, shall we? Howard, played by Adam Sandler, is a jeweler who works in the Diamond District in New York. He gets an in over his head when it comes to a couple of loan sharks that he owes a ton of money to. And he thinks that getting an expensive gem from Ethiopia and selling it at an auction for a very hefty price will be able to pay off his debts. But when Kevin Garnett, yes, Celtics basketball player Kevin Garnett, gets eyes on the gem, the whole film goes into one twist after another, with various auctions, various chases, and all of these things that Sandler has to do to make sure he gets to pay off his debts before the loan sharks ruin his entire life. Now, the story here is strong on its own, but what makes the film as good as it is the fact that there's almost never a second to rest unless you have to. Except for the emotional moments with, say, his family, or moments where Sandler's character Howard needs to be down for a little while, almost the entire film built up your anxiousness and anxiety through some really strong acting and some even better editing. The film just never lets you go as you watch it, even when nothing's going on. While there is violence here and there, and it is pretty brutal for what it is, it's not the main focus here. A lot of the anxiety mainly just comes from Sandler's performance and all the other actors in the film as well. Even Garnett plays himself in the film and is actually very good. Idina Menzel is also quite excellent as Howard's wife, and I think we can finally see that she isn't just a one-trick pony with Elsa from Frozen. But even though some people may think that I despise Sandler from how I made fun of his company Happy Madison and how I made fun of his films like Little Nicky, That's My Boy, and Jack and Jill, when Sandler is given good direction and a good script, I think he's a legitimately great actor, and that definitely translates to this film. Sandler runs a gambit of emotions. He can be very calm, collected, and charming, loud and out of control. He can be sadistic to his enemies. He can be sadistic to the people he loves. It all feels like a genuine performance that doesn't feel like any of it is made up. It feels like he's constantly in his character and he's totally invested in the role. It even makes something that seems as blasé as an auction scene absolutely intense whenever the numbers go up. It just feels like you can put Sandler in any situation and it would be that intense if you put his performance in any other movie. On top of that, the film does a really good job bringing you back to 2012, in which this movie takes place, and even manages to make it seamless, even though that took place 7 years ago, and a lot has changed within 7 years. The direction is outstanding, the music ratchets up the tension more and is downright catchy, and I definitely haven't seen a film this year that's happened to hit so many points this much of a high note. So I'll give Uncut Gems a 9.5 out of 10. See you next time.